Today I'm going to give a talk on design thinking and the secret to succeed in e-commerce and why it is important for our e-commerce industry. So before starting the design thinking, let me introduce myself. My name is Charan Rajput. I am from Renosys. I'm working with Renosys and it's on Jaipur Development Center. So whenever I talk about my name, I say Charan Rajput. People start thinking about these. Okay, they keep asking me, do you have any relations of any of those? So I would say no. I am grew up in Barsana. It's if you have heard Barsana, anyone? Barsana, Latmar Holi is famous. It's on 4th March in next month. So I grew up there and living in Pink City. Uh, so here we are for discussing why design thinking is important for e-commerce. So before moving forward, I want to have some stats of e-commerce. Those are like one of those is there are around 1.92 billions of users globally who are using our e-commerce. Yes. So we have lots of potential users which are still we need to cover, and 1.92 billion is a huge number. It is around 25% of global users or world population. Next is that 65% from these 1.92 billion users are mobile users. They use mobile applications and websites for retail. There is a fun stats which I found that 68% men spend online as compared to women. So that's a stat is might be because of men have some kind of luxurious things. There are around 2.72% users who converted into actual buyers when they visited any website. So it is a very less number. 2.72 is very little number. So we have that area we need to improve on our websites on e-commerce industry, that how we can convert into more, how we can increase this number. And from those 80%, if they feel that user experience or the customer experience is not good for them, then they start dropping that website, or they do not visit that website or application. Uh, so that's why to resolve and give that better user experience to all users, that's needed the design thinking. We need to come up with the solution and some creative ideas to solve the problems of user. So design thinking, when we talk about design, people start thinking about visualizing, thinking like it might be some paintings, some kind of design mock-up, some logo or something. But I would say that design is everything. Wherever we see, everything is designed. It might be these lights are designed, the chairs are designed. Okay, so we have those kind of like whatever we are designing, we need to have that user experience for those, or we have something that user and customer can enjoy that, and it can feel that it's useful for them. So in design thinking, that it's a said by Tim Brown that design thinking is a human centered and collaborative approach to problem solving. Okay. So in design thinking, there are it was actually said by it was this process was coming into that knowing of that business school, that it is done by D school. There are 5 pointers, or I would say 5 steps to get the design thinking on your website, application, or that whatever problem you are solving. First, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test it. So these 5 components are important. I will go through those in later slides. So this is the mindset of design thinking. There are 2 types of thinking. One is analytics and another is intuitive. So analytics thinking is when we think about something like when that result and outcome is very consistent, or it's a predictable, like 2 plus 2 is always going to be 4. Similarly, intuitive thinking are on behalf of our feelings, how we feel about it. So it's like that someone you met some girls and start thinking that she's going to become your good wife. So it's not sure. Okay, it might be, it might not. So it's intuitive feelings. It's depend on feeling. But the design thinking is on based of analytic thinking and the intuitive thinking. So it's the 50-50 mix of those thinking, left mind and right minds. So it's a human-centered approach. Whenever any human users are uh, involved in any problem, we should come up those design thinking solution for that. So why design thinking is there? It is because it is an iterative process. We keep we move step by step and keep improving that. It's resolved around deep interest, what actually the user needs. It's not about what they want to give to them, what we want to sell. It's about what actually user need. So it's about deep interest. We can ask them questions like what are their problems, what are the assumptions, and what are the implications they are facing. So as mentioned that there are two types of problems we see. One is ill-defined and well-defined. So well-defined are something like analytics, and ill-defined are on the user feelings, user based. So we have lots of data nowadays. There are many tools available. We have Google Analytics. We can see that how users are behaving on our website application, how much time they are spending on our website, how much time, where they are clicking, heat maps, and many tools are available there. We can collect their data, and on basis of that, we can come up with the idea what actually they need instead of what we want to give them. In e-commerce, there are big customer base where competitive marketplace is available. Whenever you will see, if I am going to buy a jeans on online, there are many websites which will popped up in my search. So there are lots of competition is there. But if one product is they are available on multiple website, I will buy that from that website which is giving me good user experience. If I have bought it from one website first time, then I will, if I am having bad experience, I'm not going to buy that on the same website again. So there is lots of competition here. As Albert Einstein mentioned that we cannot solve our problem with the same thinking when we created them. We need to come up with the different ideas, different thinking. So actually how it works, design thinking, how it works. So first step, as mentioned, first step is empathy. We need to get into the shoes of our user, to get into their skin, how they are, what makes them wow, what is needed, how they are feeling when they are using your product, how they are behaving, how they are looking into that. So empathy is needed. So there is a small video that.
Nou, dit is dus de huiskamer. En dan komen we hier bij de slaapkamer. Oh ja. Met...
So this is kind of user experience or wow factor which we want to give our user, like these hosts who don't, these knows that what actually my user, what my friends like, so they have given them a wow factor. So I like that idea because they know their empathy, their like what we cannot just assess that both user will like same thing. Okay. Yeah. So empathy is about knowing your audience, knowing your users, who are they, okay, and get to know about each customer, how they are behaving with our website, our product. Okay, do your research, understand those, define their needs, get some kind of interview of those users, which we do during our competitive analysis, or we have some kind of interview process with the users. Okay, how they are behaving on using our website. So during the empathy process, we need to make sure that it should be without judgment. We cannot just judge like how users are, what they are doing. Oh, that's a very simple feature. Anyone can use it. But no, that's not. It's simple for us as a technical buyer, but it is not simple for users actually. So we need to put ourselves in their skins. We need to see these users like. children's, like how they feel, how they are seeing everything to learn. So it should be for with curiosity. What when you are having some interview for empathy process, you should ask them questions. So why do you like this thing? Okay, why do you like this mobile? It is good. Why do you think this is good? It is good because its design is good. Why do you think its design is good? That's keep asking why when until you find that what actually they needed. When they are answering, find out that how they are answering, are they good enough, what you need actually. That's need we need to define during our empathy process. So define is when we have understood our users, then it's time to define what is actually there. It's not what you are seeing, it's a lots of remaining. So for defining the need of user, like Henry Ford mentioned that if I had asked people what they need, they wanted, this would have said that faster horses, but you know that what Henry Ford is doing. So it's he came up with the idea of faster car. So what user will say that faster horse, but it's not the right choice. We need to come up with our ideas. We are there in the e-commerce industry to provide solution to them. So during defining their needs, define process, we need to understand what are their needs, what are their behavior. There might be, while you are doing user research, there are some kind of features which you have included, but users are not using that. Or it might be there are some features that exist, but with their clicking for some other reason. So find those opportunity, how they are behaving on your website. So define their needs. Once you come up with their needs, you know what they actually require, then come up with the idea, create a team of 5-10 people, and then come up with the idea what how this problem can be solved. So during ideate, we need to come up with the dozens of ideas. It's not about that you just created one idea. It should be anything. If there is one process which you want to solve the problem, like checkout process is there. It's a login process is there. Earlier we just register with username and then filling all of the information. Now we have one solution is like login with Facebook and login with Gmail, just a quick one. So come up with those ideas, how we can solve it, how we can make it all more easier. So work without any critics. When team is coming up with the idea, it's fine what they are trying to say, what their problem they are solving, but what ideas they are coming, it's fine. Just understood those, and all ideas should be welcome. So during the idea, no matter how you are in drawing, you need to draw it. Okay. So during ideate process, we usually draw everything. So it is ideate is a brainstorming process when collectively we are working to come up with some solutions. Okay, it can be like there are many ideas which are coming. There can be wild ideas. Someone is planning to implement in your solutions, like they are coming up with the idea of AI or some kind of AR functionality or technology. That's fine. They can come up with the more idea, but it should be visual whenever you are drawing it. So encourage wild ideas. That's very important. When people are saying that this is my idea, we can create this purse or wallet like this. But when you come up with that wild ideas, they can think anything. Like it can be the wallet with the mobile cover. So it's fine. It can be. So just ideate that. Linus Pauling said that the best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. So next step is prototype. You have all those ideas there. Now it's time to define and create the prototype of that. So once you have all ideas, rank those which is good, which is the idea which team is liking. Okay, generate few of our most valued ideas there, prototypes, and it's not necessary you should have that hi-fi product. It can be lo-fi, where you will see then lo-fi and hi-fi. In lo-fi we see that there is lots of potential which can be done in this prototype. When you have hi-fi, you will come up with the problems. Okay, you do not have this thing, you do not have this thing. So create the prototype. After prototyping, like why we need prototype, that first step is because during prototype we are just creating some minimum viable product. That's not the actual product. So the cost of change is very little. we are on the concept phase, but if we move to the production and we will create the actual product, it can raise. So prototype is important in that design thinking. So while you are testing it, it can surprise you that what you have think, what idea you have created, it might surprise you. It can make you happy. Like, yeah, this is what our user need. This is what we need. So when you test it with your users. Go there, ask them questions. Okay, this is my product. This is the prototype. This will work like this. Then it can be some kind of drawing. You will come go to the user when you interview them. Is it solving your problem? Why and why not? Ask them. Okay, what it might be that idea on which you have come up, that it cannot be like the product which they actually wanted, but there might be some features they like it. So ask them what you like into that and what they wish into that. So list down all those pointers and then see that how we can improve it. So during the testing phase of that design thinking, do not be the salesman. Do not say that, okay, just click here, this is really good for you, it will help you, like people do on when we shop in any store. So just let them do the testing and observe them. After test, it's time to implement that. Once you have got that that idea and you have tested it, it's going good, then implement this and get those data, how monitor that, how it's working. Is it going to in positive, it's going to negative? Okay. And then if you kind of success into that, then get into that next phase, implement those. If you are kind of not getting the success which you require, but then you can start the process again. So how does it help in e-commerce? Because today, if you have seen that very small kids are playing with mobiles devices, they are playing games, they are using many websites. Okay, so when they see these websites, they create their assumptions. They start thinking that, okay, if I'm seeing this in PUBG, I can see that in my Myntra website, on a Flipkart website as well. So it's create the need of us, for us to come up with the idea or some kind of intuitive thinking, so that user can get those things done with our website or our applications. So when you are doing creating any website, we should have that bond with our users, because once they will feel that, okay, this website is really what I need, then they will come again. Okay, they are not going to have that good experience. That definitely it's not going to help them. So, and it's not going to help us as well. So make sure that it is truly immersive, and your content, your design is speaking your branding language. Okay. All experience matters for shoppers viewpoint, because when you shoppers are buying that, we need to take care that, okay, what if question is very important on our user journey. What if user don't like it? What if someone is gifting it? So this is one picture, I got it on my birthday last year. So someone ordered it, my friend ordered it from online site. I got it. When I got it, then I really liked it, but I don't know how to take care about it. There was no manual with it. Okay, but on website it was there. So it's needed. If someone is gifting, that might be he don't know from where you purchase it, but there should be something related to the user manual, how to take care of those things. So that's that. Might be that one viewpoint they have missed, that it can be gifted as well, the plant. So there might be some features those are not useful. We can kill those which are not helpful, for not helping our customer experience. Make sure your content is interactive. Okay. There are few options, or there can be many options, like if they can upload their trial images, they can mix and match their clothing, they can see the sample design. There can be many solution for one problem. So we should have, because we live in the age of engagement and enlightenment. So we need to engage our users with our website, either we will lose them. So while doing the design thinking, I have seen many websites which are those are using out of box thinking to provide the best solution to their users. So one is Decathlon. Anyone have been Decathlon? Okay. Okay, this is their store is very well defined and their branding is really good. So when I visited that there, I found on their mobile application that usually when we go to any store, we try to avoid lines and queue. So they have come up with that solution. Okay, you need that product that same day, but you do not want to purchase it online and you do not want to be in queue. So they have given one option: just go to your store and you can just using your mobile application you can pay. So go to your store, scan the QR code which is there on the product, and then pay in app, and you can skip the queue. I found it really useful, and everyone will like it because on mobile application they can give different kind of user experience. Zara is one of the best fashion brand. Usually people also buy products from there. They have whenever I install any application in mobile, they usually just ask, okay, allow notifications. But they are not telling me as a user why should I allow this notification. Why should I get disturbed? But Jara is there who is providing some question. It's not clear, but it's saying that okay, if you allow the notification, you will get order notification. You can get best deal for your product. Okay, so then I was convinced with this. Okay, now I can allow. There is one more problem in our e-commerce industry, that is return of the product. We usually around 30% of products online get returned. Okay, so there is solution I found in the Jara. They did it creatively. Whenever I go to Mentra or some other website, I found that whenever I'm going to buy shoe, they ask UK 10 or US 10. I'm still confused. I am a UK 10 or US 10. But they have given option. If you just need to put like height, weight, and how kind of wearing or text cloth you wear. It's tighter, looser. That's kind of, and then you can find your size. They will recommend. Okay, your L will fit to you, and they will also give some stat that 77% or user are not returning those products who are buying L. So that was creative way to resolve the problem of returning of the product. And they have given the one more add-on they have done in the user experience, that they have multiple way of payment options. They are giving even the NFC card. I have not seen this feature in any other applications, not much applications, but it is, and it's a kind of worldwide brand. Still they are have all the Indians payment gateway, how they can do it. So we need to understand in which market we are. We need to give the solution to them. Try and buy of Mentra. I think anyone has used that. Try and buy. Yes. So in Myntra, some usually we deliver in my Jaipur city. It's delivered around 1 or 2 weeks. When we get that product, after checking that okay, it's not fitting to me, and then we are returning it. Then again, that delivery agent is coming, and we are returning the product. So it's a kind of 20 days process. To resolve that, what they come up with the idea of try and buy. You can just select your product. Okay, check the checkbox, try and buy. You need to pay 1 rupee extra for that. I think that's fine, and then you need to select your address, and you can see that if you have got any product, you can try it. If you like it, you can keep it. Until that you try, that agent will wait for you. If it fits, you can keep it. If it doesn't fit, you can return it. It is saving money and their expense of companies, that Myntra, and it's a solving problem of user as well, because they do not need to wait. So this is a pet commerce. I can let you know that what they have done, that's created by Oglyway, which is one of the world finest branding and marketing company. So they have created one website where you need to own your camera, and your pet will see that. If they like it, that product will be added to the cart of that pet commerce, and you can buy it. So they have come up with some kind of analytics and user experience how pet will do. So it's an example that every user is important, and you are selling things for your users, not for your customers, because your customer and users can be different. So your users are here are pets, but your customers are their owner. Yeah. This is the one user experience. I recently saw this tweet. Someone ordered 8 bananas from one website, and she got 8 bunches of banana. Now she is selling on Twitter. So this is the user experience which we do not want to give our users. We want to give them what they need actually. We should provide the solution. So the user use the design thinking on your e-commerce. Okay, how we can provide solution and develop kind of customer empathy. How we can understand the users and like they mentioned the greatest technology in the world starts when we first think about who is using that. When we enter in the user's shoes. So I hope it's going to be used in your further problem solving when any user is involved there. So that's my time. My name is Charan Rajput. I'm lead Martech and branding experience in the Genesis Technologies. You can follow me on Twitter, KC Rajput, and on LinkedIn. Thank you.